My dear brothers and sisters in the Lord, today we begin the 40-day season in the liturgical calendar of the Catholic Church. Ang tawag natin dito sa English ay Lent. Sa Kastila, Quaresma na naging Tagalog, Quaresma. Meron nagtanong sa akin, sabi niya, Bishop, bakit ho joyful season of Lent ang tawag natin dito sa panahon na ito? Hindi ba ito panahon ng penitensya? Aba, siguro very attentive siya. He must have noticed na yung unang prepasyo na dinadasal ng pare para sa Kwaresma, ganito ang sinasabi, each year, you give us this joyful season, when we prepare to celebrate the Paschal mystery with mind and heart renewed. Well, ang sagot ko ay ganito. First of all, the word itself, Lent, is already giving us the hint. Lent. Wala akong kinalaman ito sa lending. Ano ho? Kasi merong nag-aakala na yung Lent ay may kinalaman doon sa pagpapahiram ng pera. Lending. Which most people do not consider joyful at all. No. It comes from the Old English word for springtime. Kahit sa German, ang word is dilente. Sa Tagalog, tagsibol. Kasi yun ang timing ng 40-day preparation for Easter sa kanluran, sa Europe, sa Amerika. And if you have ever lived in places na merong 4 seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall, well, you will know what it is like to see the end of winter and experience the beginning of spring. Kasi may magic talaga yung springtime. Everything comes back to life. The grass is growing again. Mga Pinoy lang yung naroromantikan sa winter. Nanirahan ho ako ng 5 years sa Europe. And ang pinakamiserableng panahon para sa akin, winter. Patay lahat, patay. But after winter is the springtime. And you see the grass growing again, daffodils sprouting, and the trees are blooming. How can that not be joyful? Well, secondly, the whole reason why we do penance for 40 days is that so that we can meaningfully celebrate Easter, resurrection, new life, which is what springtime symbolizes. How can you know the joy of Easter if you have not yet known the penance of Lent? Well, perhaps the reason why we find it hard to imagine Lent as a joyful season is because we tend to confuse joy with happiness. Sa Tagalog, ligaya at saya. Pareho lang ba yon? Hindi ho. Hindi natin sinasabing masayang Pasko. We say maligayang Pasko. Hindi natin sinasabing masayang kaarawan. No, maligayang kaarawan. Mas gusto natin yung ligaya, joy. Kasi not all people who are happy are necessarily joyful. Joy is more than happiness. Ang happiness, temporary lang yan. While joy is constant. Joy, hindi lang yan about feeling good. It is more lasting and spiritual. It involves a choice to live life with meaning and purpose. Even if it may mean having to go through difficulties and hardships. It is not taken away by momentary experiences of unhappiness. Some people may be unhappy, but they remain joyful anyway. Well, today's gospel gives us three spiritual disciplines that we have to learn kung ibig natin hindi lang maging masaya, kundi maligaya if we want to experience Lent as a joyful season. Tatlong disiplina: almsgiving, praying, and fasting. Magkakawang gawa, pananalangin, at pag-aayuno. Almsgiving. Almsgiving is an exercise in a different kind of giving. Giving as God gives. Giving without condition, without expecting anything in return. Kasi normally, we give to people from whom we have received love and favors. Oo, totoo. Masaya tayo. Masaya tayo about giving. But hindi tayo laging maligaya tungkol dito. Almsgiving is a spiritual exercise. An exercise in giving for the sheer joy of giving. Si Saint Ignatius of Loyola, meron siyang sinulat na panalangin. And it is entitled Prayer for Generosity. Panalangin ng para sa kagandahang loob, which is the spirit that properly motivates almsgiving. Sabi niya, we must constantly pray that we learn to give and not to count the cost. Unfortunately, we have tended to associate almsgiving with giving away barya or things that we no longer need. Yun ba yon ang paglilimos? Well, if the real intention is just to dispose, kung ang tunay mong intensyon ay talagang itapon na yung mga bagay na di mo kailangan, I don't think you can call that almsgiving. Si Saint Mother Teresa of Calcutta, ang sabi niya minsan, give until it hurts. Give until it hurts. Maybe she meant a more serious kind of giving that hurts the pocket, ika nga. Masakit sa bulsa. Meaning, until we have already discovered the joy of the very act of giving, so that instead of feeling diminished, what we experience is an overflow of joy or grace. Fasting. Ito yung second discipline. And it helps us liberate ourselves from our enslavements, our attachments. It comes with the attitude of putting first things first. Kasi kung minsan, nawawalan na tayo ng sense of priorities sa buhay. Fasting is a medicine for our addictions and our obsessions. Fasting is a spiritual way of counteracting our proneness to greed, resentment, envy, jealousy, and lust. Only people who fast meaningfully will also know how to feast joyfully. Ang lapit ng salitang fasting sa feasting, ilang ang pagkakaiba. But you know, they're very closely related to each other. I do not think we will know how to feast joyfully if we have not learned to fast meaningfully. They will not do fasting as fasting is not meant to be done as an obligation or a sacrifice, but rather as a willful act of love. Only people who love, those who love genuinely and unconditionally, will be ready for sacrifice and self-denial and be able to do it not with sadness or compulsion, but with joy. Finally, praying. Sabi ni Jesus, we're not yet praying if our motive is to get people to fix their gaze on us. Kung nananalangin lang tayo para pansinin tayo ng iba, hindi pa panalangin yon. Ang sabi niya, in prayer, we seek no other attention except God's attention. Prayer is about entering into the presence of God and allowing God to fix His gaze upon us so that like a bashful flower, we blossom quietly. Merong isang song dun sa The Sound of Music entitled Edelweiss. Hindi ko alam noon na yung Edelweiss, bulaklak pala yon. I only learned about it in Switzerland. In fact, gusto ko sanang bumili ng isa. Hindi pala pwedeng isakay ng eroplano at iuwi sa Pilipinas. Besides, hindi rin siguro mabubuhay dito yung bulaklak na yon because it is a winter flower. Edelweiss. Para bang doon sa kanta, I imagine God like the lover who is singing to us, His beloved. And He is saying in our prayer, blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow. Bloom and grow forever. Parang tayo yon, isang mahiyain na bulaklak, na isang buko pa. Pero kapag nasilayan ng tingin ng Diyos, ay unti-unting bumubuka at namumukadkad. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow. Bloom and grow forever. There is your reason why we call Lent a joyful season. It is an invitation for all of us to blossom and grow in our spiritual life. May this Lenten season be truly a joyful season for all of us.